Evening, gang. Anyone interested in recapping last session?
That was silent. How am I doing on
Not
inspiration?
me. I was not there. Or my characters were not there.
You can still get inspiration. You were still listening the whole time.
I
Yeah, you
was,
might
but
know more than everyone.
no, it's fine.
Okay.
We started back off when all of us were on the floor right above the ground floor of the Tower of Xenopus. This was after Yumi had already been killed. We had Hamir with us. We had all met back up. Yop and Taloic went off to essentially salvage the rest of the tower and grab the loot. Meanwhile, Krellick was piecing together that Hamir had killed Yumi, and there was a very brief conflict, which ended with Zashel suggesting that Krellick go downstairs and cool off, which he didn't technically do because the tower being what it is, he went up. But he did. We did make it to the ground level. At which point, Hamir left with Sambalet's body first, and then we all made it to the ground level to leave via Lucky's cartographer boat. Krellick stayed behind to walk back to Saltmarsh. We, the rest of us, got back. There was a bit of a discussion with Abernathy. We got some background on Yumi, her family being the traditionalists, which I had completely forgotten traditionalist versus loyalist was a thing, and I had to dig through the entire Lighthouse franchise Discord history because I remembered there was something in there. That's completely side topic, never mind. We ended up we ended up doing a little bit in town and then burying Yumi. No, first we went and found Krellick. Krellick, who had been getting in touch with the more primal roots, covered in mud, murdering ogres with his hands, being a general badass, making his way home. Other than the fact that he was very hungry when we found him with the turtle shell. Brought him home, buried Yumi in the garden that she had been building, and hatched a plan to get essentially permission to murder Hamir.
Yeah, I like to think that all members of the lighthouse were there digging the grave out, you know.
Yeah. Okay. The next day, well, basically what happened, if you recall, it was pretty much all night you guys have been up, and the sun was rising upon the completion of your task. And so at that point, it makes sense that you all would then take a long rest. Is that appropriate?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay. So during the day, what would amount to being the morning till about afternoon when you guys would have gotten a long rest, Monkey, you have arrived in Saltmarsh. A couple of people have taken a small trip with you to say goodbye, including your tutor, who is quite emotional about having to say goodbye to you, but has great faith that you are going to do well. And you are brought to the docks, and with the guides around, you are led to the turtle shell, which has the incoming crew of Toby and Micah, who are off to go and see if they are even needed at the lighthouse today. And you are brought to the island and received by Abernathy, who is clearly in a bit of a state, a little distracted, but otherwise more than happy to get the paperwork finalized with you. Is there anything you'd like to say or do before you meet everyone else?
I mean, other than saying hi to Abernathy and trying to get a feel of what he expects of me. I guess I would bow, show polite greeting.
He does a very gentle bow, trying to not hit anything with the arrow out of his head on the way down, and says, "I have a feeling that everything is going to be. I have a good feeling about this. Now, this is probably not the best addition to confidence, seeing as I've had a pretty good feeling about the last two franchises I've operated, and they have gone, well, so well as to be needing assistance from head office. But I assume, based on your history and the records I've received from you, that this is about you, that you ought to be a good fit here. Are you at all concerned? Is there anything you'd like to know before we introduce you?"
Um, they're not going to be angry I'm replacing their last team member, are they?
Well, I can't promise they won't be angry, but there's a bitterness that always comes with that sort of change, regardless. Although, if they begin taking it out on you, bring it up with me, and there will be something done.
Um, should I introduce myself to them all at the same time?
Yes, I believe they've been up most of the night. I'll be getting them up shortly, and then we'll do this properly, all at once.
Right. I shall just wait outside in the lobby then.
Unless you would prefer to do these one-on-one.
I think a group introduction is fine.
Excellent. All right, if you'll just follow me out here, and he brings you out into the receiving room, the lobby, and then proceeds to go around the lighthouse to wake everyone up so that they can meet you. So put some people on the map. What season we have Vicaris in?
Autumn.
Autumn. Oh boy, that's a lovely one to have for right now. That's so nice. Okay. And all right. As everyone is brought downstairs, Monkey, why don't you describe yourself and you can introduce yourself.
Wonderful. I'm so good at description. You see a woman with like pale lilac skin, dark hair. She is wearing some chainmail, has a big bulky backpack and a staff. And that's about all I got. Just kind of sitting in a chair, reading a book, waiting for you.
All right, everybody. This is Lauren. She will be taking over the responsibilities as Obviator. Lauren, why don't you introduce yourself?
Right, yes. My name is Lauren. I've been transferred here from another franchise of Acquisitions Incorporated, where I've spent the last 5 years as an intern learning the craft. I hope we can all get along. Please let me know if you need any sort of support from me.
Hello, I am Zashel. I am the documenter here. What is, other than you said Obviator, what is exactly your area of expertise?
I am a healer for the most part.
Welcome. Welcome to our.
I prefer not to show kill things if possible. I don't believe in needless violence or deaths.
We
we make a lot of needless violence and death.
Yes, I know. I've heard some excerpts from the Whisper Jar. You are you're a very colorful franchise.
It's just the red.
Right. Yes. She kind of looks around. Did you have any other questions for me?
Well, welcome aboard, Lauren. You've come on at a very exciting time. We are about to become a very prolific and very well compensated franchise.
That sounds very admirable.
Is Lauren your real name?
Yes, Lauren is my real name. Lauren Penelith.
Penowith.
Sure, close enough.
Is she wearing a glove?
No, I'm not.
Perfect. Well, hiya. My name's Vakaris, and if you need anything, just let me know. And he'll hold out his hand for a handshake.
Yes, shaking hands. That is normal. And she'll hold out a hand.
If you could make a charisma saving throw for me, that'd be super great.
Meanwhile, Krellick. Is Krellick your real name?
That was a charisma save, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, as far as I know.
Just checking.
All right. D20. Oh, what? Okay. I'll
Well,
just
you
whisper.
notice nothing.
Yeah, nothing feels weird. Everything's fine.
They call me Krellick. Krellick the Red. This is Yop. She's very strong and powerful.
That's Lucky in the corner.
Hey.
She'll give a bow towards Lucky.
She'll her eyes kind of dart around for a second, and she just gives you a little salute.
You guys see Lauren pull out a book and a quill and scribble something in it.
You are here to join the franchise, right? Not simply to observe us.
Yes, I am. Saluting is a new thing. I didn't know you could read that way. Just want to make sure I remember that for future reference.
I'm sorry, you're unfamiliar with saluting?
People usually bow or shake hands from what I have in my note.
I'm sorry, you said you were an intern for 5 years. How much actual field experience did you get during those 5 years?
We went out pretty often.
Lauren's transferring from Daggerford. There's quite a bit of work done out there, but it's possible that her interactions with the more social aspect of Acquisitions Incorporated may have been a little limited.
And where did you say you were from?
Well, I transferred from Daggerford. Did you mean before that?
Yes.
Somewhere in the ocean? My geography is not great.
Do we recognize her race, by the way?
Roll a nature check.
Ooh, I'm terrible
Do
at
you,
those.
do you mean you was born out in the middle of the water,
In the water.
Oh,
like from an egg?
Um, sorry, DM. Lore wise, I don't know if I come from an egg or not.
I don't think you do.
No. No.
Vicaris, she looks like she might be, like, you guys have met a sea elf before, but maybe not exactly that. She has more fins than a sea elf does. And Yop can identify a Triton.
Oh well, it's nice to see a Triton again. It's wonderful. You all are familiar with Tritons, yes? Don't pay any attention to them, Lauren. It's a pleasure to have you here. I am sure that we will get along just fine.
Mm,
I'm glad that you have made your way here from Daggerford.
I am too. You guys are much more diverse than the people in Daggerford.
um, Lauren, do you have your occultant report?
What do you mean?
Did you get a report of your status for your occultancy tracking?
No?
Okay. How many things did you kill while you was an intern?
Um, very few. I don't. She'll dig through. Do I have paperwork, Sarah, that I cannot pronounce it? Sorry. Do I
Your
have
occultant numbers?
Yes, my occult numbers.
I feel like that's something that you would have, but I understand yours are probably not super high.
It is not super high.
I'll let you pick the number. That's fine by me.
Probably under 100 in the last 5 years. I will hand a copy to Krellick.
I pull out a pair of very small glasses on the tip of my beak, kind of
oh
little
God.
bifocals, kind of review the paperwork.
Oh, this checks out. So what's it like at the bottom of the ocean?
Much cooler. It's quite warm up here.
Do you need to sleep in a bucket?
No, I can sleep in a normal bed. That is not an issue. It was a little uncomfortable at first, but beds are functional.
Yup, could probably make you like a big tub.
No, what an interesting idea. I wonder how we could make sure that we need circulation of the water. And no, this is really an interesting issue.
I mean, I could just, if you want me to sleep in water, I could just sleep out there. And she kind of points her finger outside the lighthouse
Yeah,
into
we're
the ocean.
on an
Please.
island, guys.
Whatever you're more comfortable with. If you would like a room, there are rooms available.
Also, I feel like a tub is, I would have to clean out the water regularly and it would get stale, and that's not all that great. A bed is fine. A bed is, you don't have to go through special accommodations for me.
Well, whatever you're most comfortable with, we're happy to be obliging.
You are a part of the team, and so whatever it is that you would prefer, we will do our best to.
Also,
about.
Yop's pretty good at inventing things, so if you want to somehow combine water and a bed, I'm sure she could work it out.
Like a bed filled with water?
Oh, and I look at Yop.
Or water filled with a bed.
Yes, Since it's really, difficult to say which way would work out best. There's a lot of different computations and considerations that must be made, but either water in a bed or bed in a water, both are reasonable ideas.
Oh, I don't want to busy you with unnecessary things. As you said, I believe, yep, you said this franchise is going to go places, and making a water bed might be distracting, so that is okay.
Well, I think
But
it's important.
there's a ton of Tritons out there, and this might be an untapped market that nobody's really looked into yet.
Oh, that's a wonderful point, Vicaris. And in addition, everyone must take time for their own personal pursuits to maintain maximum efficiency when on the job.
I actually haven't met too many like myself on the job.
I mean, there's kinds like Lucky and Dasani.
Speaking of efficiency, you have anything to drink up here?
Oh, well, it's your lucky day. My new batch of ale is just ripened to the point of being ready to drink. Would you like to have a taste?
I think a toast is in order.
Oh, that's a wonderful idea. Let me run upstairs and fill up some skins, and I'll bring down a sample for everyone. And I will make my way upstairs.
Cool.
And I will show back up 15 minutes later with skins filled with fresh ale that was actually brewed, if I remember the roll correctly, to perfection.
Yes, it was the wine that was like a 7.
Well, that was the first batch. This is the second batch where I've got the 2 kegs of ale that were both brewed to perfection, a keg of common wine that is good. It's not great, right? That's drinkable, right?
Get
And
the
then
job done.
It'll absolutely get the job done. And I've got fancy wine and whiskey that are still brewing.
Can we call the
Yes.
adequate wine Dark Horse?
It is now canon.
I just really hate that kind of wine.
Here we go. Who would everyone get a glass? We're going to have a little toast. No, fill a glass for
Lucky
everybody.
goes over to the bar. Yeah, she helps.
Vicaris, why don't you lead us?
In a toast?
Mm-hmm.
In prayer.
How very dare you, sir? Oh, well, I guess we should start by saying our final goodbyes to Yumi. She was an adequate friend and an even worse archer. However, we have our new friend here to join us and hopefully keep us alive. That's been an issue we've had in the past. But to the many, many adventures we will all have together.
I'll drink to that.
Lauren will take a glass and say, I will try my best to keep you alive, and then she'll go for the cheer.
Hey, that's better than some of us have done to each other in the past.
She kind of looks at Lucky a little confused and worried at that comment.
She just grins back at you and winks.
I mean, sometimes I get very competitive, and I know it's a problem, and I'm working on it, but you don't need to keep bringing it up.
I'm going to whisper to Lauren, I wouldn't shake her hand if I were you. She's dangerous.
Lucky gently pats you up on the back.
Krellick will raise his glass and say to everyone,
To Sandy Bottoms.
and drinks the whole thing.
Here.
There.
Right. So now that we are all introduced and everything is official, do we have any further things to deal with here. Lauren, would you like to settle your things? I will assume we intend to head into town and look for work, unless Abernathy, you have been briefed on anything.
Not yet. I'll keep an ear out.
We're gonna need a job.
I'll do my best, but I can't make jobs appear out of nowhere.
Where should I put my things?
Come, I will show you all of the rooms that have not been claimed by someone.
And I will lead Lauren around.
All right, the unclaimed rooms remain 8, and then there is Yumi's old room, which has no floor and has a bunch of hanging, growing, brightly colored blossoms dangling from the rafters.
This is quite pretty, but I don't think I could. I'm sorry, there's no floors in this room. The other room seems really big, though. Is that okay for me to take?
Why, certainly, I don't see why not. It's been unclaimed up till this point. Although, Zashel, did we want to partition this room and give our interns room in the lighthouse?
Missy's room is right next door. She was sharing with Sunny, but with his departure, she has the room to herself.
Oh, I
So
see.
that
So
is no longer really a concern.
wonderful. Your new room, Lauren.
Oh, thank you. I'll just
Oh,
put
yes.
my extra stuff in a corner.
It's quite spacious. Plenty of room for a device allowing water to flow. So if you wanted to, I'm just working on some sketches.
I don't think I need water inside the lighthouse. There's plenty of water outside.
Whatever supplies or furniture you might need, we can certainly acquire in town today.
Of course. Is there a bed in this room, or do I need to buy a bed?
I think
There-
we're empty?
This room probably has some of the leftover furniture from when you guys had
Ooh.
begun cycling through and replacing the old furniture. So nothing spectacular, but doable until you have something better.
Does it have a set of acrylic linens?
I seem to remember the furniture when we moved in here was particularly bad.
Had stab
True.
wounds and bloodstains, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have been replaced. I would have. The amount of money I was spending on this would have been like every linen, so there would not be blood stained things in here.
Okay.
The mattress was bloodstained, not
Yeah, yeah.
linen.
Oh well, look, that I don't know.
Right.
That
yeah,
that sounds like
see.
a you problem.
Well, they're
Yeah.
covered with nice linen, so I can't tell.
Right, it looks fine. Looks fine from where you're sitting.
I mean,
That
there's already
sounds right.
a couple of beds in here. I think I'll be fine. Thank you.
When Lauren was meeting with everybody was like the whole franchise in there, like all our little interns and everyone.
Yeah, everyone except the major, naturally.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
I just didn't move anybody.
Yeah.
It's very crowded on the map once you do. Okay, I heard mention of wanting to go to town.
On the way into town, I would like to show Lauren Sanballet's spellbook.
And we had recently acquired this. I was wondering if it would be of any use or value to you.
I'm guessing the answer is no.
No.
But okay.
At some point, I would like to copy one of the spells out of it.
I mean-
Unfortunately, it's a little beyond my ability just.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we should hold on to it for the time being.
Yes, if we could.
No, absolutely.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking a look at that. Just to see what kind of person he was.
Certainly, we can. I will be holding on to it for a little while, and so anytime you want to take a look, just let me know.
Is it okay if I browse it while we head into town on the boat?
Oh, most certainly. Here you go. And I will hand over the book.
Okay. Did you happen to see? I'll just copy and paste the spells in there again so everyone can see. Mhm.
Phantom Steed is the one that I would like to eventually copy into my
I
ritual.
think Lauren would like to analyze this to see what kind of a threat Sambalat was at some
Sure.
point.
Why don't you make an insight check? Okay. Everything about the type of magic that he's kind of leaning towards, and you can tell as well by the based on the skills that you have, the recency of some transcriptions and the age in some penmanship and paper. You can tell that it was more of a recent phenomenon that his magic became more offensive. Um, Everything up until that point was defensive or influenced by evasion, like try like become like it's all illusion magic, obviously, but it's very much to keep himself out of harm's way, which lines up pretty nicely with what you know about the person, where he is like a roguish type, someone who is not someone who doesn't want to be seen and doesn't and is at his roots more of a burglar than an assassin, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, I'll make note of all of that and then I'll return the book to Yap. Thank you, that was very informative.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Okay, and to town. Does anyone have a specific direction they'd like to take?
As when we were like all like gathering to disembark from the boat, Krellick will address everyone as we're all like gathering our stuff and making our way out.
Now, I know, I just want to say, I know a lot of yous said a lot of things yesterday that you probably regret, and I just want to say I forgive you.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I have genuinely no idea what you mean.
Nope.
You know,
But
with
thank
all the Yumi stuff.
I appreciate the sentiment all the same.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Like, the Yumi stuff at the burial site?
Well, you know, the fact that I was right and everyone else was wrong, and it's okay because I forgive you.
Look, be one of those things where we just smile.
Yeah, you can see that she's just like a little slack-jawed, brow creased, just nodding quietly.
His eyebrows are like really high, and he's just kind of nodding slowly.
Well, Krellick, I just want to make sure that we still are on the same page with the plan to make the franchise so wildly valuable and profitable for the front office or the home office that we will be able to take out contracts on whomever we like, yes?
Definitely. It's the only solution that makes sense.
Well, then we're all on the same page. Wonderful.
Cool.
Okay, let's go make money.
And around the corner comes bounding a large stray dog. No collar, muddied and matted, with what looks like a sizable human femur in its teeth, and it comes up near enough to you guys, starts barking excitedly, drops the bone, wagging its tail.
Do you guys know that dog?
Krellic animals seem to be your area of expertise. Perhaps you could figure out what it wants.
These I don't really eat dogs.
I wasn't suggesting you eat it. I was suggesting you speak with it.
Hello, little one. What you got there?
That's not what I... You know what? Whatever works for you.
Continues to bark excitedly.
I'll pick up the bone and throw it.
It goes after it and then brings it back.
Krennic, do you think maybe you could find a stick or something to play fetch with, and perhaps I could see the bone?
Okay.
Can I tell what type of creature this bone came from?
Yeah, make a nature check. It looks like a humanoid. It looks like a femur. It also looks pretty old.
Oh, okay. So this is not like a fresh
Yeah.
femur.
Yeah. This
Okay.
looks like it has been removed from somewhere.
We're not
Okay.
looking for a body right now.
That's
Correct.
okay. That's where I was confused. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this thing just trotted out with. I gotcha.
Yeah, I was hoping that would scare y'all.
He probably just dug up a shallow grave or something.
Where'd you come from, boy? Where's home?
Just keeps barking excitedly.
Are there muddy footprints or anything that I can follow?
Roll a perception check. Or
Can I help
investigation.
with that? I can only help with perception.
A 19. The dog is muddy, and there are tracks, but you can follow the road and like see that it goes into some alleys, but it's not gonna this doesn't take you anywhere.
I'm walking in
Useful.
circles pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Did we want to ask the dog where it found the bone? Are we following this, or are we just...
Can anybody talk to a dog?
I could...
I mean, anyone can talk to a dog.
Can you
I could
understand what
ask-
the dog would say is the question.
Thank you.
Yes? I'll cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Oh, Lauren's a wizard too, Zeshel.
Well, yeah, you see her kind of move her hand and mumble something under her breath. And then I will approach the dog. And introduce myself.
The dog's very excited and is happy to is happy to find someone who's been interested in playing with it.
I asked it where it found the bone.
One of my friends brought it to me.
Do you have a lot of friends?
Oh yes, lots of friends. Lots of friends.
Are you lost? Do you need to get back to them? Will they be worried?
No, I always find my friends. I found more friends today. Barks loudly. We're good.
I will translate and let the party know this.
Well, maybe he could introduce us to his old friends. Wouldn't his old friends like to meet his new friends?
I will ask the dog that. Would you mind introducing us to your other friends? We would love to meet them.
Sure. And he begins running down the road.
I will chase after.
Yeah, I guess we're following that dog, or at least Yop's following that dog.
Is anyone not following the dog?
I mean, I'm definitely following the dog. I'm gonna ask
I
Zashel.
will not, I'm following Yop and Krellick, but it's kind of like, why? I thought we were looking for work. Why are we following dog?
Mm.
Dog going to pay us? No. Okay.
Zazul,
Yeah.
does the lighthouse lease have exceptions for dogs? What
That
is
is a
the
good
pet
question.
policy?
Well, I don't believe the major would prefer to have any animals within the actual boundaries of the lighthouse itself, owing to the, functional nature of the building. But the grounds, of course, are welcome range for any animal. We have the geese, you have Rage Fang and duck, and I believe we have goats. The goats are not allowed in the house.
Oh, you know what we should actually get?
Abernathy would actually, I think, have the definitive answer for you, but
We should probably get like a sea lion. They'd be a good pet for an island because they could swim around but still come on the land. A walrus.
I would assume that the larger issue would be space. A walrus is a fairly large creature, and we are on a reasonably small island. And keep in mind, we had to extend a platform to be able to get the training grounds the space they required. So keep that in mind when considering your further pet decisions.
There's always more land in the sea.
Technically true, but that land is, submerged beneath, the ocean. So it's not exactly readily available.
The dog takes you up towards the fishmonger plant, the fish plant up here, and around back where there is a pack of wild dogs fighting through scraps, and then he keeps barking excitedly. And Lauren, as you're coming around the corner and can hear the dogs chattering, they're all excited to see each other and excited to see new friends.
What kind of building or place do we come upon? Does it look like there's people, or is it just more dogs?
There's people at the building itself, but this dog has led you behind the building where there are just dogs. It is a large, tin building, with plenty of open windows, and as you get closer, it smells like fish.
I will wait for Yop and the others to catch up. Do you think it's
What
okay if
is
we
this
went in
place?
there? Or would it offend the owners of this place?
Suppose we could always. Oh wait, is it look empty? Or
Oh, no.
nobody's home?
No,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people here. It is a place of business.
I suppose we could always ask them.
I'm sorry, which part of the map are we on?
Right over here.
I missed the ping. I'm zoomed in. Sorry.
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm at. Cool.
Oh, okay.
Shall we go to the front then and see what kind of business this is?
Sure.
I suppose. Don't know that this looks promising for contract ventures, but we'll see.
Asha, where's
Hey-
your sense of adventure?
At the bottom of my extremely empty money purse.
Oh, do you need money? I have money.
I don't at the moment, but we haven't had an actual well-paying job in a while, and I know the most recent one is my fault, but that's
Oh, we'll be fine. This dog's taking us places. I feel very good about it.
it's a
you?
dog.
I mean, the dog seems excitable, but I'm not sure if it's a lead on a job if you want to get paid.
I didn't say job, I said adventure. Have you all never had dogs as children? Do they not
Uh,
have that here?
I did not have a dog as a child.
Mm-mm.
I did have a seahorse.
Am I the only one?
I had a bullywug once.
Um,
You
the,
had
what?
you had a bullywug?
Yeah, I had a bullywug.
Like just a full slave.
Okay, look, it was like a pet. Okay,
So like a slave.
look, you
So
call
like
it
a
whatever you
friend.
want. All right.
More
mean-
like a friend, less like a. You know what? This is not.
You know, I was interested in the dog, but now I think we need to square this one out.
I don't
Did
think we do.
was the bullywug able to leave of its own volition at any given time, or was it forced to stay with you?
Well, it wasn't forced to stay with it, but it was chained up.
Oh,
Oh my
So-
god.
no, it's fine. It's a prisoner. We keep those.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
back to the
sorry,
dog.
What?
Oh my god.
Do you keep prisoners in your franchise?
I mean,
What?
we have.
No. What?
Oh, did you forget the people we tied to a mast for days on end and didn't feed?
It was one night. It was their ship that they were tied to. They were under arrest, and we were
Mhm,
bringing the
mhm.
ship back into port. How?
Right,
in
they
the
were prisoners.
world-
We kept prisoners.
Zashin is absolutely correct. And the people that we tied up in the kitchen, they weren't supposed to be in the franchise at all. They broke in and tried to take it over. So when we tied them up, that was entirely for protection of the major's property.
Oh my
See, we keep
god.
prisoners.
Oh, I remember that episode. That was when Abernathy got tied up, right? That was
I
interesting.
thought you were Lauren, and I was like, what?
No, Lauren
That
has
is
listened
Lauren.
through Yop's whisper jar and has the
Oh, okay.
memory of your adventures.
Okay, cool.
Yes, so you understand. They clearly attacked us.
I mean, I only understood what I heard from your recordings. I didn't hear when they attacked just after when you found them. But it sounded like they tied up Abernathy and your support staff.
Yes, our interns. It was very rude.
See, prisoners are very common. Back to the dog.
The dog is rooting through fish scraps with other dogs.
Well, is there anything good in there?
Yeah, there is, by your standards.
I'm jealous.
Sarah, is
Oh,
there
I-
anything fun to collect in there?
It's a
Uh,
trash heap.
If you're willing to dig through fish guts.
I absolutely am.
All right, cool. You can find a half cracked open skull of a fish.
Fuck you.
Oh, I'm double jealous.
There's still brain in it.
Yes.
While they're distracted, did you want to take a look around the front?
We can just find anyone to speak to see if there's work here. Otherwise, we're probably wasting time. But let's just satisfy their curiosity and be done.
This is not important, but I will be taking the fish brains out and then using prestidigitation to clean any goo that could potentially rot.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
find that
cleaning this
very
off.
important. I find that incredibly important.
Okay, so it's not
Critical.
necessarily clean, but it won't smell.
Critical detail. Critical.
I'm done.
Lauren and Zashel go to the front, where there
join them.
is. All right, cool. Where there is a big open, like warehouse door that has rolled up, and again, this stink of fish is stretching out into the streets, and there are quite a few people here, all very busy, active, all processing, pickling, cutting up, and preparing fish and barreling fish here. And it quickly becomes apparent that workers have very little time for chit chat.
Does
there
there
a
look like someone's a
foreman or
manager?
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there seems to be a salty old dude who's particularly shouty.
Excuse me, fine sir. My name is Yap. What might your name be?
Sorry, we're a little preoccupied. My name is Benjamin. What brings you all here?
Honestly,
guess-
we followed a dog.
Oh. Well,
I assume you feed the dogs the scraps that are not pickleable and salvageable.
correct. You are not the first to have been brought around by the dogs. I would stay away from them. Some of them have mange. We've seen a couple of them foaming a little bit.
Any idea where one of them might have gotten a humanoid femur from?
He looks disturbed.
Yes, that's the face we made.
Maybe digging up in the graveyard, but I can't imagine a dog could have gotten even close to 3 feet deep before old Crag would have scared him off.
I'm sorry. There's a cemetery down here, or are you referring to the cemetery at the Temple of Procon?
Up at the temple.
Way up at the hill.
Yep.
Okay.
Nah.
Lauren, didn't you say that the dog said that his friend gave him the bone?
Yes, he did.
He might have been talking about other dogs.
Not something that he would have dug up from.
No, not something he dug up. I asked him to introduce us to his other friends. I thought it might be the people here, but he could be talking about the other dogs.
Yes, well, maybe another dog brought the bone down here, and that's where the dog that we found got it.
Sarah, there's like barrels of like fish and junk, yeah?
They're, well, not out where you are. Because you're out in the garbage.
Gotcha.
Y'all ready to move on?
Yep.
The mystery of the dog and the human bone will remain a mystery.
When we get legend lore, we should use that. Just to ask about that.
Nice.
250 gold worth of components.
Oh, for this answer, worth it.
Are you keeping... What are we doing with this bone?
Oh, does somebody have it?
I thought the dog
Yup.
had it still.
Oh, did we take it or did the dog keep it? I can't.
That's a real good question. What do you do with a humanoid femur bone once
Look.
discovered?
If you have it, I'm gonna put it in the bag. But if you don't, then we'll just let the dog have it.
Yeah, let's put it in the bag.
Hey,
Cool.
how does the dog feel about that?
He's willing to give it up. He's busy now.
Okay, cool. All right, let's go, guys.
Where are you headed?
Oh my god.
Council Hall is our usual spot when looking for jobs.
Mm-hmm.
We know Eleander is back. since Zashel spoke to him not that long ago, a couple days ago.
Okay. You can head out that way.
You guys ain't going to talk to the council, is you?
Unless you can think of a better source for work. I do have one other lead, but I might have to do that one on my own. I think that particular person might be concerned for their privacy. Excuse me.
Okay, I don't know what any of that is. I just don't want to go talk to the council. It's so boring every time you go.
I mean,
I'll
if
hang out with you.
can think of someone better to go speak to. What are you doing?
Can I just meet you somewhere?
Certainly. Would I'm trying to think if there's a spot other than the empty net.
I know a good
There's
place.
two other places. There's the Wicker Goat, and then there's another one, but I can't remember where the other one is.
Well, the best place to meet, I think, is where you found all those weapons for Prime Water, because we never looked there.
That would be in his house, and I don't think that's the best place to meet. We should meet somewhere else, and then if that is still our concern, we should have this conversation not standing 3 feet from the manager of this fish packing place. Sorry to bother
I
you.
assumed we're outside because
Okay.
Kelly was outside.
Good point.
Lucky, let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still running your little side business at the empty net?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we meet at the empty net?
Cool.
Okay. Just to satiate my curiosities, thank you for lending me the dictionary.
You're very welcome. I see that word of the day calendar I've given you is really paying off.
It's very helpful. It says it in Auckland and common, so it's useful to me.
Wow, that's really specific. That seems like a lot of work. I think. Did you make that yourself?
It's a fun way to pass the time.
I love that this session is all about answering the important questions.
Where in Prime Water, if someone were to look, where were those weapons in Prime Water's house exactly, specifically?
We can show you that later. I myself would like to make our way into there. But there are things that some of the rest of us can see that are not readily apparent without magical assistance.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Lucky, the first round's on you.
It is. She grins, keeps walking.
They're not going to listen to us, are they, Yap?
Yeah, one can always hope.
Who do you guys want to talk to at the council hall?
I would actually like to find Gellin.
Oh, okay. Cool. You definitely can, without a problem. He's enthused to see you.
Councilman Primewater, how are you?
I've been wonderful. How are you all, Zashel, Yop, and Karas? And I don't believe you and I have met. And he reaches out for Lauren's hand.
Yes, I am Lauren, the new member. And
Oh, it's
she'll reach out a hand to shake.
pleasure to meet you. I'm Primewater. Most locals around here call me Gellin, and I don't shy away from new folks saying the same. He grins. What can I help you all with today?
We are actually finding ourselves very recently back from another task and investigating what sort of things might be on the council's agenda that we could render our professional assistance with.
Splendid. That's wonderful to hear. Well, as it happens, there is some buzz about some particular event coming up shortly. That is quite suited to you and your business's particular strengths. However, I have been told that I should keep it quiet until tonight. We have a town meeting of sorts that we are intending on having. Naturally, I would love to have you there. I was actually not far off from sending a message to your Major Domo specifically to invite you all. I was hoping that you would all make time in your schedules for an appearance.
That can certainly be arranged.
Splendid. It'll just be within the building beyond the council halls in the meeting halls for the city.
Are we familiar with that building that he's talking about?
Yes. It's still within the structure of the council hall, greater chambers, but there's like the chamber that they can all convene, and then beyond that is a city meeting space. Town meeting, that's the word. A couple hours before sundown.
We look forward to it then. Are the rest of the council about?
Menestrad's still been off and on absent, but the others are around.
Excellent. We can pop in, just make sure there's nothing else that requires a more immediate attention. It's a pleasure as always, Mr. Primewater, Councilman Primewater.
Pleasure as always. Thank you. Who do you want
As
to talk to?
Ashel is leaving, he will turn. That reminds me, Mr. Primewater. Would you say you consider yourself more a traditionalist or a loyalist? I understand that these are the two major, you might call them camps or factions within the town with regards to expansion under the king and the others out of Kiel, and I'm curious where you stand on this.
He chuckles and puts his hands together and says, "My family is somewhat of an institution within the region, and some of the influence that the crown has had in the past few months has caused some tension for folks like myself, but also most of the poor fishermen who are already chafed under some of the economic burdens of the trade. Though I have a lot of sympathy for Manistrad in particular, I can't really help but I can't help but pay heed to my roots. Myself and Edda often find ourselves, surprisingly, on similar sides of most legislative arguments.
A traditionalist, then, if I understand you correctly.
He nods without saying anything.
Sundown, then. We will see you later.
We'll see you. Who next?
Yeah, maybe we should head to the empty net immediately. If we're going to surveil the topic that Krellick discussed, we can probably find few better times than when we know the man of the house, so to speak, will be occupied.
Yes, I agree. Could we just swing by Ender's office real quick? I think that given that Mr. Wave Chaser has escaped our grasp a second time, I'd just like to put eyes on Anders and make sure he's well.
Of course.
Okay.
This whole time, if you will notice that Lauren has a book out and is just scribbling in it constantly.
Did they not brief you, or are these notes of a different nature?
I mean, they did, but it's a lot of names. And I don't think they told me the thing with, you said traditionalists and loyalists and issues in the city. And she looks
It,
back at his note.
it goes to the recent expansion efforts of the King of Kyoland, Scotty, Skotti,
Scotty.
Scotty. The traditionalists would prefer to keep Saltmarsh more as it is now, outside of the realm of expansion of the king, whereas the loyalists are more loyal to the king's expansion efforts, despite the risks and potential for military occupation. There is some there is a tie to a recent effort within our own franchise that has become somewhat of a subject of curiosity of mine very, very recently.
I see, but this is something we should take note of and try not to disturb internal um, faction struggles in the city. Is that correct?
I don't know that that will be much of an issue. The struggles between the two tend to come out through legal efforts within the council, things of that nature. Not something that we are a part of.
Okay, so nothing we'd have to worry about being a problem for the franchise.
The franchise office is outside of city limits, so most of any direct conflict between the two groups should avoid us entirely, as long as we are within our franchise headquarters. But obviously, the conflict between the two does lend itself to determining what sort of work might be available within the town based on the current efforts of the council. So, while it is not necessarily a direct concern, it is still a tangential concern with regards to our own efforts to make profit for head office here.
All right. Thank you for the information.
You want to go see Anders?
Yep.
Okay. He's at his desk, sipping from a opaque glass, and stands up excitedly when he sees you all. Oh, hey, everyone! It's been a little while, and new employee. Hello, my name's Anders Somner.
Hello. And is he holding a hand out to shake?
He is.
Okay, then I shall shake his hand. My name is Lauren Penniless. It is nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too, Lauren. Well, what brings you all by? Are you looking for work?
I
Not
believe
really.
they are.
Okay. Well, Gellen's holding a meeting tonight that he's quite excited about. Or he's hoping that he can announce something very big and interesting. I'm not supposed to tell you a lot about it. Sorry, but it's good to see you all.
It's all right. We've spoken with Gellin already, and he has informed us about this meeting of his. So
Oh, good.
Are you excited about the meeting, Anders?
Yeah, I think I am. I've been getting better at I guess a stage presence. In fact, they're actually asking me to at least open the meeting. And I'm feeling pretty confident about it.
Wonderful. Are you excited about what it means for the city?
I think so. It's it's been meaning that I get to. I've met some really interesting people the past couple of days. But I can't. I'm not supposed to talk about it yet. Really.
Right. I
But
mean, we're not supposed to talk about it with other people, but we've spoken with Gellin, so we understand.
well, did he tell you what was what's happening? I thought he was
He
trying to
told
keep it a
us,
surprise.
well, he's surprised from everyone, yes, but he specifically wants us to be involved, so of course we had to speak with him about it.
Oh, so
but
he's.
not all of the specifics.
Okay.
Zashel will cast a look at Yop like, we don't want to do this. But, we are happy to engage with anything that is already public knowledge for the town. We have been away from the shores for a while, so we may have missed things that have been through the grapevine, so to speak.
Oh, right. Yeah. I understand. Oh, well, I don't think you've necessarily missed anything. Well, you technically have, but that's because a couple of, well, some of the things that are going on would make a couple people a little bit probably skittish. So we've been keeping that really quiet. But today, I'm supposed to be helping out besides the council meeting. We've got a very important guest that's going to be arriving today that I'm supposed to help greet. I'm quite excited about it.
I'm sorry. You said things have happened that would make most of the town skittish?
Well, yeah, I mean, he starts getting a little bit nervous and then takes a drink from his cup and tries to collect his thoughts, and he just says, "Well, I just mean that in order to set up for this kind of event, so to speak, there's been some things that have had to be organized in a very specific way, but um, would ordinarily cause a bit of a concern or maybe frighten some ordinary folk around town. Not that there's anything that's dangerous or anything. It's quite the opposite. But well, he
You,
he
you
kind of
know,
looks at you for a second, Zashel, and then at Lauren, and then drinks again, and tries to look pretty much anywhere else.
in my haste, I may have overstepped myself. I believe my companion Yop is correct. If there are considerations that need to be made for incoming guests, we are, of course, in at your absolute service. Yop here is a skilled craftsman of many, many kinds. If there is something that might need acquiring or something for these guests of yours that might make others skittish.
Well, of course, we want special guests of the town here on important business to be as welcome and as comfortable in their visit as possible. So, if my expertise or any of our expertise can be used to help reflect a positive image of this fine city, we would be more than happy to offer our services.
One of you roll a persuasion check with advantage.
I guess that's me.
Yeah, that should probably be you.
Ho 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 ho.
Ooh, that advantage.
He looks a little nervous and then drinks from his cup for a second and taps his fingernails against the glass and then drinks again and says, You know, I think that actually there might be something that Yop, you could actually help me out with, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, it would be my pleasure.
Okay. So there's this specialized cart that we've had to build to accommodate one of our guests, um, and it's supposed to be completely waterproof. Could you come look at it and see if you think it would hold? I mean, it's supposed to hold like a couple dozen gallons of water too. Could you come? Could you come with me?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's take a look.
And he takes you out and around the building, which is positioned pretty close to the docks still, and some of the market region here. But in one of the alleys, there is a vessel that is set on wheels that looks like a wooden crafted. It looks almost like a small rowboat, uh, or possibly a bathtub, all made of wood, sealed as best you can for what you can tell with wax, and set on four wheels, and then hand carts levers to pull it along. And he says, what do you think? Do you think this is? You don't think this is going to leak everywhere, right? If we filled it with water?
Well, it looks fairly well crafted. I'm a little concerned about how well this wax is going to hold up. Let me take a little bit of a closer look.
What sort of check could I do to
This would
make a
be
determination?
basically shipwrights, carpenters, or otherwise it would just be a flat intelligence check. As far as you can tell, it looks pretty solid, although there are some spots on it that probably could use a bit more tar or other material to really hold it together.
Well, see, Anders, I think overall this is a very nice design and very well implemented. But if you look here and here and here, I think that the waterproofing seems a little bit thin. Perhaps if there's another opportunity to get some more wax or tar, or perhaps even some sort of hide that you could seal in there, I think that would greatly improve the chances of this vessel not leaking.
And as you continue to look, you also see that perhaps the axles on the walls are probably might be a little too weak to hold as much water as this vessel looks like it's supposed to be holding.
Oh no, Anders, this won't do at all. This must be beefed up with all the water. There's going to be a tremendous amount of weight, and with our special guest, I mean, how much does one of them weigh?
Oh, you never ask a lady how much she weighs.
Well, yes, I understand, but we need to make some educated guesses about our guest because although we would not want to ask how much she weighs, we'd like it even less if the vessel collapsed under her weight in the middle of the festivities. Yes.
He starts chewing his lip nervously and says,
Oh, don't worry, Anders. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here to help. So let's see. How much would we say?
Hmm?
I'm trying to get him to talk. Is basically
Okay,
trying to
okay.
be leading.
Gotcha. He says, probably more than I do. But I don't know. I don't really know by how much. I don't really know much about aquatic folk. Uh, uh, um, Probably maybe 200 pounds. Maybe that feels like a lot. Is that a lot? Is that
Well,
hot?
no, you're totally fine. And the more I think about it, the more I think that really the biggest concern is the weight of the water. So let's get some more lumber and perhaps I think the axle bolts will be fine, but perhaps getting a whole new axle for the wheels will be fine, but perhaps getting a new axle from the blacksmith would be the way to go.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. They're just around the corner. I'll run right over. And before you can say anything, he's sprinting behind the building and down the street towards the dwarven anvil.
Are Zashel and Lauren with me, or are they still upstairs?
Probably close enough by that you can go grab them.
Yeah, I would have followed.
I think
Well-
Lauren would have followed would stay far away enough because Anders seemed to want to talk to mostly Yop about it.
Does anybody have any idea who might be coming to visit, other than the fact that it is a female of some aquatic race? I'm not really sure who may be coming.
Well, it's definitely not me.
I have to imagine if this is this large of an announcement for the town, we know it's not Othicant. She wouldn't need this contraption to stay comfortable. And the recent pact that Eleander was negotiating seems to be in place enough that it would not be an announcement. However, we know that Othicant's forces and the forces from Saltmarsh that we have convinced Eleander to contribute were almost certainly contributed to their fight against the Haugen. Pronounce that?
Sahagin?
Sahagin. So if there is perhaps another enemy of that particular species, we may have, the council may have broached them for a mutual pact of some sort in the fight against the Sahaugen to keep them from overrunning Saltmarsh once they are done with the lizard folk to the west. So perhaps, well, no, Tritons such as yourself wouldn't need this contraption either. Some sort of merfolk, perhaps, or
Well,
what was that book that I found? They mentioned a siren of some sort, I think. That could be it. Something along those lines would be my guess. Judging from the size of the craft, and he looks extremely doubtfully at the bathtub on wheels. Something about our size, nothing too drastically large, nothing that would. Yeah, I would say merfolk of some sort, siren perhaps.
Well, in any event, why don't I stay here and help him make the improvements to this cart? And perhaps you two should meet up with the others at the empty nest and take advantage of a certain someone being away from his home.
Are you sure? You don't. You would. Are you? Are you sure you will be okay? I mean, I know you'll be here with Anders, but we don't know where our Crimson friends might be.
I can always stay with Yop and support her. if that's
Uh,
okay.
Well, I mean, if you think that the other endeavor can wait, we can always make the repairs once Anders returns, and then I'll head over to the empty nest. But I was just concerned that we probably don't have too much time.
I agree. How long do you think these alterations will take?
Oh, I'd say we could have this done in about an hour.
No, that's definitely too long for us to wait.
That's what
All
I
right.
thought as well.
Yeah, you are 100% correct as usual. Uh, Miss Lauren, I'd leave it to your decision whether you'd prefer to wait here or investigate with us. We could certainly use your assistance where we're going.
Um, I can come with you then if Yop doesn't think she needs help.
No, I can't imagine that they'd want to try something right outside the council hall. That seems awfully risky.
All right. I shall go with Sashel then.
Okay. As the two of you begin to, if Vakaris is back, um, the three start heading towards the empty net. Anders and Mefera, the owner of the Dwarven Anvil, come back around the corner. Mefera hoisting some very heavy, large pieces of lumber, and yeah, this is going to take about an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Hello.
I think we, I think we got this all. I think we can get this sorted out, right? Yop, since you noticed the problem, would you mind staying and helping?
Certainly, it would be my pleasure. I always love the opportunity to work with another craftsperson.
Great. I'll be right back. And he goes back inside for a minute and comes back out uh, a minute or two later to do what he can to assist.
Fantastic. Then we'll be fixing this card up.
Mm-hmm. And Krellick, where are you going first?
Okay, the empty nest is this place here, right?
Yeah,
And where's Captain Zendros's place?
right across the street.
That's what I thought. Okay, I'm going there.
Okay. Lucky follows you.
Lucky, gotta make a pit stop.
She shrugs. Okay. Do you want me there or no?
Well, yeah, we're a team right now, right?
Okay, just the way you said it made it sound like you maybe had something you wanted to do on your own.
Oh, no, I like you, Lucky. I like you. You can hang out.
Cool. And the two of you go to the faithful quartermasters of Eos. And when you cross the threshold, it is almost as if you have tripped some sort of alarm, and the bright red tiefling in the long coat drifts over to you. Ah, faithful customer, returning after some time. What can I help you with today?
Hey, Captain. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
How
Yumi
is the
died.
fitting? Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. You knew her, so I thought you probably want to know.
Well, I appreciate you telling me. It's always tragic to lose somebody in any means, but in the sort of work that you yourself and the others in your company, they often are more tragic deaths.
Yeah, she was very tragic. But I get to kill the one who did it.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm going to kill him.
Interesting. Are you looking for something that might assist you with this?
Yes, okay. I like the talky thing, right? Because I can understand everything, but I can't understand anything. When people talking, sometimes I can't figure it out what it is that they're saying. Could you make this speak like normal so I can hear it?
You are going to pardon, this language also not very easy for myself. Could you try saying that again?
Sometimes we all right. So like when Zeshel talks, he speaks like the people in the company, and I can't understand it.
All right. And you wish to understand the speaking?
It's like they're talking about something, but I don't know what it is that they're talking about.
So, are they speaking other languages?
No,
You wish me to figure out a way to make things easier for you to understand in one language.
um, you have anything that'll just make me smarter?
I might. I don't have it on hand today, but that is something that acquire.
Okay, how much would that be?
It's a pretty powerful art. It makes it very easy to learn languages, and often those who are unskilled mages use it for a means of becoming sharp and learning magic much faster.
Oh, I want to learn magic.
What sort of magic?
I don't know.
Well, there's lots of sorts of types of magic. There are magics that are given through blood, and then there are magics that are taken from blood. And then there are magics that are earned, and magics that are given.
Something that just makes me big.
Something that just makes you... That is interesting question you have. Interest that you have.
I don't have a lot of money right now though, so any idea how much it would be?
Well, the artifact of which I speak would be 700 gold. It is, again, as I say, powerful, but also limited in its capabilities.
Um, okay, I don't have that much gold, but I don't know how much this is worth.
And I'll hand her the jeweled belt.
She looks it over with great interest and says, "This is a fine piece of material. I could take 300 gold off of the asking price for if you add this to the trade."
I still don't have that much. What about like a deposit?
We could work that way. I'll require a deposit regardless if it is an object that I'm going to have to either craft or acquire. I could hold on to this as that deposit if you'd like. She holds the belt up.
I nod.
And the object that I have in mind, based on what you are asking for, is a headband of intellect, which is, I mean, that's big, but I don't know if that's what you have in mind. If there's something smaller,
I think that will do the trick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. She says, "I think that I could have this within a 10-day. If I perhaps am found the motivation to search a little harder, maybe it can arrive sooner."
Well, we're working on getting work, so maybe I'll have more money soon.
Very well. Is there
Okay,
anything else I might be able to interest you in?
no.
All right.
Wait, you don't have like a big fucking hammer in there, do you?
Not one that I think would compare to what it is you currently carry.
Yeah, she's been good.
But I can keep an ear out if you'd like.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll do that for you. You are a good customer. If this artifact I am able to acquire for you, would you find need still for the earpiece that I modified for you?
Mm, maybe.
Very well. Either way. And she snaps the belt in her hands.
I give her a nod,
Captain.
and then I'll go to the empty net. I imagine I'm still there before everyone else.
Yes.
Do I see any like scummy pirates I used to hang out with there?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I scum it up with some scummy pirates.
Okay. While you're here, Lucky tells you, like, I gotta go talk to Kreb, but I'm not going far away. And she goes.
I just give her a nod.
Sorry, just making notes on that transaction.
Hey, jeweled bell. All right, coming in.
Okay. I have a new map for the empty net. It's over here. Isn't it nice?
Nice.
Kreb's been renovating.
Pretty busy, Kreb.
And after a little bit, Lucky comes back to you and hangs out with you for a while until everyone else shows up. And,
I'll tell my my scummy pirate friends to get the fuck out of here. And clear the table, and I'll welcome the group in.
All right, cool. We'll scoot this person over here and claim this table over here. There we go. And all of you to here. All right, gang, you're all back together. What you doing? Oh wait, not Yop though. Yop is gone.
Krellick, Lucky, are you both ready for our other task? We stopped by the council hall and noticed that the individual in question was there working, so now seems like a good time to do what we need to do.
Yeah, I don't think I'm in the loop on this one.
Yeah, what is it that we're doing?
The thing you talked about before.
Oh, you mean prom orders place?
I was trying not to use names in public, but yes, that one.
I look around. Like, does anybody give a shit?
Not here.
Yeah, I look at him and just shrug.
It's
Okay.
not a question of whether they'll defend him, it's a question of who they will tell for how much coin.
I mean, a lot of people here are criminals. I mean, I don't know. No one really
that's
cares
exactly
too much.
my problem with.
Oh, is that what we're dealing with?
Could we just go outside and get ready, please?
Okay.
Do you want to discuss this somewhere more private, Zashel?
At the very least, not in here. And he will look over at the bar at Kreb.
All right, follow me, and she's gonna take you guys upstairs if you follow.
Sure.
There's
Absolutely.
no map for the upstairs. It's, at the end of the hall is a door that she produces a key for and opens, and there's a couple people who are in here. The bed has been set up against the wall, and instead there is a table with a bunch of people playing cards. And she says, "All right, everybody out." and throws everyone out into the hall, and then she opens the door for you all to use.
You running this game, I guess?
Mm-hmm. Perfectly legal. I definitely checked beforehand. I swear to God. And she puts her hand like at a right to you.
Oh, what
Uh,
god do you pray to?
if this is being done on your own time outside of franchise business, then more power to you. Whatever. Thank you for allowing us to interrupt your revenue stream. But yes, to answer your question, Krellick, yes, going into Gellen's place, I was trying to not share that with the variety of persons down in the common room. I'm not worried they'll run to the police or anything, more that they'll run looking for a payday. But we know that Gellen is currently working in the council hall, so if we are still interested in sneaking into his estate through the underwater passage, which Dasani and Yap have clearly, described in vivid detail to us several times by now, since neither one is here at the moment. Now seems like a good time to do that. Other than Vicaris, we all swim, yes, naturally.
Oh, I can swim today.
Yeah, I can swim.
Mm-hmm. What's this guy's name again?
Which guy? The guy whose
That
house we're sneaking into?
yeah.
Councilman Gellen Primewater.
Oh.
You recognize the name.
Oh yeah. We've done some runs with that guy before. Prime Water?
I'm sorry, what?
I've helped move some cargo for Prime Water before.
Is this when you were working with Bernadette?
Yeah, no, it's not recently.
But what I'm getting at is that there is a distinct business relationship between Councilman Gellen Primewater and the Sea Princes. Do I understand that correctly?
I guess. Yeah?
I mean, Cecil, he's a criminal. Right.
Yes, I get that. This is not, I'm shocked that he's a criminal. This is. I'm not sure that the true weight of that statement is self-evident. Apparently, the antagonism between the Sea Princes and the Council of Saltmarsh, and indeed between the Sea Princes and King Scody, is fairly sizable. If we were able to provide evidence to Eleander that Gellen was not only engaging in these smuggling operations, but working directly with one of the larger scourges of the area, that would be the impetus, the arms he would need to remove Gellen Primewater from the council. This is.
Well, but you need the proof, so we gotta go.
I mean, Lucky here would be the proof, although I don't know how much the council would. Anyway, for now, let's focus on the stolen Fey weaponry within the Primewater, hopefully still within the Primewater estate. The threat that Chandria and her forces present is also a consideration. for Gellen's removal. Last we spoke to Eleander, so that might allow us to achieve the same result without Lucky putting you in any sort of crosshairs.
Before we go, are we when we get there? Are we gonna be racking up skulls, or are we gonna not kill anyone?
Most of what we would encounter would be Gellen's personal estate staff, few of which I would imagine are the sort of seasoned combatants whose skull would be worth tallying.
So subdue them.
I think that would be best. If we can do the entire thing via stealth, that would actually be even better. So as
Yes,
to not.
please. Sorry, not to interrupt. I would rather we not kill them if they're merely support staff.
If you like, I can just tell people to leave us alone. They'll do it.
I can do this sometimes as well. It's if we can do the whole thing without alerting anyone, I think that would. I think we largely agree be ideal. Vicaris, as I am rarely able to correlate your particular appearances to a power set, what is in your repertoire today?
I've got some things for intrigue and sabotage, perhaps. Things to hide. I've got surveillance from above. And I can change myself a bit.
Well, then it
Phew.
seems like today is a good day for this to be happening. Yop is currently assisting Councilman Anders with some repairs on a structure for an outside official for an event this evening. Past sundown, there's an event we will need to attend. Gellen implied that there would be legitimate work related to said event. But for now, if we are prepared, I think the fastest way, the easiest way, is perhaps to go straight into the water and across. It would be the least direct route, to be sure, but it would be the most hidden.
I mean, we can just jump off the porch, off the balcony here, and I can get us
Yeah.
across the river.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because you sound like some kind of secret agent.
Oh, today I am for sure.
Are we doing this now then?
I suppose so, right?
If we are ready, if you don't mind my leaving a few things here, I don't think my papers will survive the journey very well.
I'll tell him game's out for tonight.
I can put papers in a bag that won't get water in it.
You have a waterproof bag?
I actually have 5 waterproof bags.
Oh. Well. I mean, they're all blank, so if they get ruined, I'm simply out a little bit of money, but I appreciate that. And Sasha will hand over some of his stuff.
I open one of my 5 waterproof bags that come with being an occultant, and I put the paper in it.
I have not hit I don't think I've hit the level where my Documancer case becomes a bag of holding.
Lucky looks at everybody and says, "Okay, who needs gills?"
I'll get on my breath.
Oh,
For
I
how
already
long?
have them. And Lauren will pull her hair back and point to her gills.
Lucky will put out her fist for you to bump fists.
I will look at it a little perplexed before bumping fists.
Oh, I've got
Hey.
myself today. Thank you. I forgot it was that one.
It's bad news.
I
If
have
we
to
have
scroll up.
a moment, if we have a minute
It's
before
great.
we jump, I would like to double check with the head office that there is no conflict of interest between what we're about to do and the business interests of head office.
Sure. Oh, Vicaris, I've got this for you. And she pulls out a bag of gold with 38 pieces of gold in it. For the group.
Sure.
38. What?
It's
38
38 gold,
pieces of
right?
gold. Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Out of character, did she make that on her own and is giving it to the group?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm surprised she wouldn't keep that for herself.
I was thinking it was the payment from rescuing Punketta that never really actually made it to Vicaris, but I guess technically I handed that over to Krellick. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, what is the exact question you're asking? Just if when you
It's
go there, if
a
anything
course of
bad's
action.
gonna happen. Yep.
Yeah, like is us breaking into this guy's house, like how's this gonna pan out? Is this gonna be good for us from the head office perspective?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with wheel.
Okay, all right. Good plan, guys. Good plan.
And we'll take our 10-minute break. You guys ready to hurl yourselves off a balcony into a lake or into a river?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. All right, cool. You guys can do that. And underwater, my brain completely blanked. Underwater, it's cold, and there is actually a very strong current that is pulling in towards land, but Lucky is able to manipulate the waves so that you guys can move freely and, in fact, swim across the river with great ease. And she pulls you almost to near the bottom of the river so that the boats and other crafts above, there is no risk of interference. However, she doesn't know exactly where she's going, but once you get closer to the opposite side of the river, those who are familiar can direct her and then the current towards the partially underwater sewer outlet, more or less. This not carved, bricked section of the docks, which is directly under the Prime Water Mansion, where there is why is my brain not putting any words together right now? A gate, a portcullis, an iron portcullis that is dropped and locking off what appears to be bricked tunnels under the manor. And as you get closer, obviously you can. Those who have dark vision can very clearly see that the portcullis is low, and it is going to require some effort to get past it. What would you like to do?
How is the visibility for those of us who don't have dark vision?
As you are.
Oh, sorry. Lauren is actually glowing now that you're deep under the water and it's dark. You can see parts of her are lit up in like fluorescent glows.
Like kind of like
Bioluminescence.
yeah, that sort of thing.
Bioluminescence, yeah. It's very small though. It's only like right next to her. It doesn't extend very far.
Yeah, cool.
Neat. You are forced closer to the surface as these tunnels are made so that small vessels can go through them, but they're not submerged vehicles. So there is some visibility as you get within 10 feet of the surface. But you're going to have to get closer to get to the portcullis, and then there is the possibility of being seen. closer you get. How do you want to proceed, folks?
Krellick, do you think you can get that open reasonably quietly?
Were you able to speak?
Well, you're not,
Yeah.
Mr. Hold My Breath.
Yeah. Well,
I
hey.
I thought
ho-
Lucky cast water breathing, because if not, Zashel would have.
She offered, but Krellick said, I can hold my breath.
Well, I can. Okay. All right. I can't respond back to you. What did you ask?
Do you think you can open that quietly?
I
Thumbs
make
up,
I make a motion of lifting, thumbs up, and then like my hands like come together and go out real fast, and then I shake no.
That checks out.
I can I can talk underwater, right?
Are you amphibious?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I can silence the area if that helps, and then Krellick can make as much noise as he wants and it won't come out.
That
Well,
would
that's
be
a great
perfect.
idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will cast a silence bubble around us. And then I'll give a thumbs up to Krellick and points at the thing.
I look to Zashel to confirm.
2 thumbs up.
Okay, I'll go over, I guess, to the bottom of the portcullis where it's down in where I guess rock or whatever it's in. I'll put my claws in and then start straining and attempting to see if I can lift it.
Athletics check.
Okay, I have advantage to lift things.
Yep, and because of your ring for swimming, you are not at disadvantage.
Heck yeah. It's only 15.
That is not enough. Lucky gets closer to you and points to a couple different locations. So it's a good place to get a grip, and add a D4.
Heck yeah. Big 4. 18?
That is just enough. And the portcullis is pulled free. It feels as if it were stuck. And then pretty easily is lifted up and begins pulling itself until it fully meets the roof of the tunnel.
Ooh, cool. Once it's like going, I'll let go, obviously, and I'll give Lucky a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. And she swims past.
I'll follow. Yeah, I'll follow Lucky if she's going in. Yeah.
Assuming everyone else is also following?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. The interior of this tunnel is dark. There is no lighting, but along the right side of the brickwork is a ledge that is built out and some steps that lead up, which are just barely visible before the light from outside is insubstantial. And Lucky pulls herself up onto that ledge and sits and waits for everyone else to also get to that point.
Once we are out of the silence bubble, but before we are pulling ourselves onto land, Zashel will look at Makaris. You're the only one that's here that's been down here before, so we're going to need you to try to figure out where it was that you saw them.
Oh, sure. You were talking about the Fey weapons, right?
Correct.
Oh, that won't be hard at all. I remember very clearly.
Question, do we need light in here or is everyone okay seeing?
I'm good.
Okay.
Do we need light, Sarah?
Or
Not
do we
yet.
not want to use light because we don't want to draw attention to ourselves?
Yeah, it'll kind of depend on the lighting situation in there, because if it's completely black, it might be. I mean, we can still see with dark vision, but it'll all be in shades of gray rather than any sort of color.
Well, if it's dark, I turn my globe on. That's how that works.
Yeah, I was going to say. Also, Krellick can't see.
Oh, I can't
And
see in the
Lucky?
dark either. No, Lucky doesn't have dark vision.
Actually, if you're a Triton or a Sea Elf?
I'm a Trident. No, I chose not to have dark vision. I chose the old version. And I just gave myself bioluminescent lighting.
She follows the old ways.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
God, who would purposely debilitate their character?
Shut up,
And make
Doug.
them glow in the dark to draw attention to themselves? Yeah. It's fine.
I
Nothing about forced
climb
liturgy.
I climb up because I don't know what it is that they're talking about, so I just follow Lucky.
I guess, yeah. Are we gonna have that specific map, or am I just kind
No,
of?
we're gonna have that map,
Okay, cool.
but we're not quite there yet.
Okay. I've seen this part of the thing though, right?
I don't think that this tunnel. I don't think I have as a map.
No, but like Vicaris has seen it, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Ooh. Yes. Yes, you have. You definitely have.
Okay, cool. So then I'll take lead. And there's a light behind us, right?
One second, Vicaris. Once we are all out of the water, I will summon up Quetzal, and I will just have him scout ahead a little bit, just to keep an eye out for people. I have no idea where I'm going, but I want to try to make sure that there is a clear route ahead for us.
Okay.
I
You
mean, I
have
can give you
the
general
the
directions before you send them off.
yeah. There's the ledge that you're all on, and then there is a very short flight of stairs, and then a door. That's what is here.
Okay.
Oh, he's so cute.
I will have a hand on Krellick's shell, and I will be tuned into Quetzal senses, so I can't actually hear anything.
I
Okay.
got you, boy. Hey, in this space that we're in right now, are there like supplies or anything here?
Not here. Everything. Yeah, not here.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, just changing things. All right. You go up the stairs to the door, yeah? Vicaris, since you're leading.
Yes. Am I muted?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I said it like 3 times, but I think
Okay.
my volume was down.
No problem. The door is locked.
Does anyone can anyone open a locked door?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, unless we're casting this fine spell again, I don't know if does Krellick know thieves' tools?
The question is, can we
Yes.
open the door?
Stop it. So I don't know if your services are currently needed. Lucky, you said something?
Trust me.
She pulls out a set of lockpicks.
Awesome. So we'll start with Lucky, and if that doesn't work out, Krellick, you're on standby. Go ahead and stay in the back.
I'll give her a tap on the shoulder and give her guidance.
Hey, thanks. She gets forward and sits down, meddles with the lock a little bit, and let's roll that. 4. Okay, no luck.
Oh, hold on, Krellick, not yet. Is
Cracks
there
knuckles.
can I see any of the cracks or see underneath the doorway?
Make an investigation or perception check.
Perception it is. Lauren,
Yeah, you got this. I'll give him a thumbs up
Oh,
and give him a
thanks.
pat on the shoulder.
Hey, I'm still taking it though. Your god
It
doesn't like
is.
me as much.
It is, unlike the past time that you've been here, completely unlit, so it is very dark, and you do not have, even with dark vision, enough shadows being cast for you to be able to determine a good enough spot to teleport into.
How, like, how big is the slot between the ground and the bottom of the door?
Barely big enough for him to even get a good look through, but not enough for him to gauge a place for him to be teleporting
Is it
into.
big enough for me to slip a coin through?
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast light on the coin and try to push it through. Does that help?
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome problem solving. I love that.
Can I see on the other side now?
Mm-hmm.
Can I teleport?
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna go great, guys. Okay, I'll see you soon. And I'm gonna face step inside.
Holy shit!
Hold on, let me make sure this isn't. To see creatures you can see within 10 feet.
It's the charm, I believe.
It is. I just want to make sure it's before or after. Oh no, it just says that you can see within 10 feet. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, let's not deal with that right now.
Nope. Okay, face step in.
Okay. 1 second. I'll put you on the map after whatever other layer. There you go.
Oh, I want to say 2 before I disappeared. Like, Krellick, you're still on standby. Okay. So I will pick up the coin and put it in my pocket, so that way it's hidden.
Sure.
'Cause I'm sure they didn't notice it before.
And these torches are not lit.
Okay, perfect.
It is dark.
Without the coin, can I see the lock enough to open it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I will unlock the door and open it.
Okay.
There you go.
There you are.
Oh, jeez.
I guide Zashel forward.
I will, once I get to the door and I am next to Quetzal, I will just pick him up and go back to my own.
Okay. Give you your sight back.
What, sorry. We don't see anybody, correct?
Not right now.
Awesome, love that. Thank you for that answer. I'm going to... Okay, so it's just up there, and then to the right. It was this area last time, right? Or was it the... Okay, cool. Just up there through that door and to the right. I'm sure you'll be fine. Good luck!
Hey,
I'm sorry.
dumbass. Most of us can't see.
Oh, I thought you're right. Okay. And he'll pull out the coin.
Lucky you'll snatch it from you.
Sorry, what'd you say, Ted?
I said you're taking us to the weapons, right? You're not going off alone.
Oh, no, for sure. No, I just didn't want to be the first one to go in case, I get hit in the face.
I'm sorry. Can you point which way? Because you said over there, but me, the player, doesn't know where you're pointing.
Yeah, so through that where she just did it, and then to the, I guess, left of the screen.
This way, right?
Yeah. I was right in there.
Are we sending Krellick first? I don't know. I look around the group. Did you want me to go first?
Oh, fine.
No, I don't mind. I'm new and I don't know if you want me leading.
I would like to keep an eye out for anybody.
Yeah.
I'm walking very slowly and very cautiously.
Everybody, stay quiet, stay alert. We need to make sure that we find what we're looking for as quickly and quietly as possible. If it's not here, we should just leave.
Sarah, am I supposed to have some amount of vision here?
I like to give just a tiny bit so that you are the player are not on a black map.
Okay.
You have
okay.
you have sensory awareness of the things in like reach of you.
Yeah. Okay. But someone else has a light spell out. So I'll cast. If I need to see, I'll cast light on the globe.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, that'll be easier than me trying to give other things vision. There you go.
So in here, do I still see it's this chest, right?
That's where it was last time, but that's not the same box.
Ooh, more interesting. Checking for traps.
Does the box have the seal of Titania on it? Because that's really what we're looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fey stuff.
I'll give you guidance again for that trap check.
Appreciate it.
And
Perception.
I'll look over your shoulder.
Investigation.
Sarah, I'm gonna
Yep.
look at whatever is in these crates that Krellick is standing near.
Oh, hey, 9.
You don't see any. You do not see the sigil of Titania on anything. And let me get investigation from Krellick.
Sure. I'll crack one open if it needs to be open.
Oh, if you're just gonna open it, then you don't need to roll anything.
Yeah. Like if it's closed, I just like rip it open.
Okay, there is a box of some fine clothes that have been folded neatly but are kind of dusty.
What do they smell like?
Cedar?
Okay, Lauren, you may want to stand back just in case things go really, really badly.
All right. Good luck.
Just
Oh,
remember,
thanks.
we are not here to loot. We are here to look for specific things.
Right, but they could have put the stuff in new boxes.
I don't disagree, but my point is more that we're not taking anything. We need to make sure that we are not noticed.
Agreed. I will check to see if it's locked. Just like open it a little bit.
There's not a locked chest, it's just a box.
Sweet, opening the box.
Okay. And there's no weaponry in here either.
Is there anything?
Yeah, some packed rations. Some food goods.
Yeah. It's not in here.
They just close here.
I'm getting to really not like this. Vicaris, which way is the door up? I want to keep an ear out.
Lucky actually points to the way over here.
Yep.
I'm going to kind of keep an ear and an eye out.
You see that there is a reinforced door that has been set at the top of the stairs.
Would this be the replacement to the one that was previously broken, or is this farther down? Okay, so straight up these stairs leads into his house, like.
Yes.
Okay, this is like just a regular basement. Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a room here, Sarah?
Yes, and there is a furnace that is actually glowing in the far corner that I don't have lit, but and wood, firewood.
Oh, sick. I'll take a moment, regard the room. This would be the place. I look for a secret entrance.
Cool, roll investigation.
We're always in the basement.
It's a 19?
It's really good. You find a lot of wood. And Lucky just pokes her head and, what are you doing?
I'm finding a secret.
Krellick, this is the secret. She gestures to the cellar around.
Wait, you've done business with Gellin. Did you ever pick up things here, or did he boat them out to the ship that you were on?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I've been here.
Well,
I
did
don't
you
mean to pry. Did you come in through the upstairs, or did you always come in through the same water tunnel that we came through?
Usually the tunnel, but in a boat, not from underwater like we did today.
Wait,
did you ever pick up
True.
weapons from a different place?
What? Like a like other weapons from other places?
The
No,
the
did
boxes
you
we
pick up?
came looking for contained weapons taken from the Fae in Astrazelian, in the Feywild. They were brought here and then presumably moved from here elsewhere. We are trying to determine to where exactly those weapons have gone. The symbol on the box would have looked like this, and Zashel can draw the kind of star shape.
So what was the question?
Has she done a pickup for him at a different location? Right.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I've been here like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah,
But
but no.
The symbol looks kind of familiar, but not from recently. A couple months ago, at best.
But you only ever came here. You never picked up something from Primewood or somewhere else.
Well, on occasion we did, but like it's not like we care about what's in the boxes.
Right. So where is the other pickup location?
I don't know, like a few different places, man.
Okay, let's keep our voices down. There are still people in the building above us. If none of us have seen the weapons here now, I suggest we make our way out of here before we are caught. It does not look like, at the very least, there is any Fey weapons, and if even if some of this stuff is stolen or illicit, we have no way of proving that, and it wouldn't matter even if we could. The larger concern was the danger that having taken the weapons specifically from Jandria presented. None of the Fey items are here. They have clearly been moved. This is not surprising. It's been probably a week at least since we've been back from. Yeah, it's been over a week since we've been back from Astrazalian. So,
Okay, just hold on. We're gonna come all the way here and not go up in the house.
Whoa, what? Go in the house?
Yeah, why would we not go look where? I mean, we know he did it, so we just go look somewhere else in his house.
This is where all of his this is the only
this
place
is
he does
where it
business.
would be. He has people in his house all the time. As a council person, people go to his house. Any illicit activity would be down here.
Is there any boxing crates we haven't tried looking in yet?
There's a few around.
Can I look in them while they're having this conversation?
Sure, roll an investigation.
Okay.
I would also like to go ahead and detect magic.
I will use my Obviator lens to use this one and look around. I don't
Okay.
know where crates are. I'm just gonna put myself next to some.
This is just you'll just be examining things. Okay. Zasha, were you gonna do something?
I was just casting detect magic.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you find one barrel, peculiarly enough, that is the interior of which has a faint has illusion aura coming, and you can kind of point Lauren that way, and there is a couple of items inside. There is a cloak of many fashions and some illusionist bracers in there.
I mean, that's cool, but that's not what we're looking for, right? I mean,
Correct.
these look nice, but they're not fake weapons.
It's important to know or to not leave any trace that we were here before.
Yeah, if they're valuable, take it.
Also, if we need someone to go up
The
and
exact
conduct
opposite.
If we need someone to go up and look around, I can turn into one of the helping people. That was a stupid way to say that. Sorry. One of the house staff helping people. Doing great, Doug. I didn't get a nap. Shut up.
I think that is a great idea. Here, I'll hold on to those.
Leave those
No,
here.
Trellick, we're putting them back where they came from. And Lauren will put them back in the barrel and close the barrel.
I just realized that I have the same spell that broke down the first door.
Yes, you do. That's the. You asked me earlier if Zendros has met Autumn. Yes, she did at the party where you broke into his basement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you lied to her and said your name was Xander.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, that was Doug coming through. I'm trying not to lie as Vicaris.
Now what, folks?
Well,
If
I
you
mean-
think that there is something to be gained from going up there, I don't think there is, but
I mean, don't they have like an office or something or a bedroom?
I just want to check one thing out real quick. I'm just going to kind of twist the handle just to see if it's locked.
Yes.
Well, it's locked, so there's likely not a chance that we could get through the door without raising attention. So I don't think the reward is worth the risk.
Okay, plan B.
If
We
it
go
matters,
back.
no, you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. We go back up topside. Yeah, we find and watch the house. Find out when the help comes outside. All right, we snatch them, and then knock them out, and then you become them, and then you go inside.
Huh.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but then eventually the person's going to wake up and have a memory that they were kidnapped by somebody, and that doesn't really lead to us not leaving any signs that we were here.
Yeah, we all look like a bunch of freaks. Like, they would definitely recognize us.
I think I look great.
I mean, I could put them to sleep, but it wouldn't last very long. They would wake up after that.
Well, sometimes people don't wake up.
No, this is magic. It wakes them up after a short time. The magic doesn't last forever.
I'm
My
just going to have
magic
to
does.
stay as the help. Just so no
magic.
suspicion is around.
My magic is pretty permanent.
And
Um,
that's the tale of Vicaris ends.
just becomes a servant.
I'm sorry, Kralik. What kind of magic do you have that puts them to sleep permanently?
It's probably best you don't ask,
I
especially
think
with your
he's making
lifestyle.
a joke about murder. If
You
we are
can't just
done,
murder the help.
Actually, you
was-
can. You shouldn't.
it was a joke. Vicaris is.
See, Vicaris
I
gets
hate
it.
to
He
say it, I
understands.
agree with Vicaris on this one. If we are convinced that what we are looking for is not here, we should probably go before
Yeah.
someone comes down here and spots us or hears us.
Lauren will start
arguing
heading
over
out.
whether we should replace the.
Couldn't we? I mean, is there anything that's damning enough that we could just bring another, I don't know, the guards or firebrand down here?
I mean, there's like old clothes if you want them.
Yeah. Is there anything that's enough evidence for anything?
I don't think so.
Lauren wouldn't know. She's new.
Actually, Lauren, why don't you roll an insight check?
A lot of what the major concern for Eleander was not necessarily the contents, but rather the threat that Chandria posed based on having been stolen from at all.
Okay. And she just starts walking back towards the tunnel.
if there is something down here that seems important enough, but I don't know what that would be.
I'll just follow Lucky out.
I think we just waited too long.
I mean, we had
That's
other
likely
things.
the case.
Certainly did wait a long time.
We checked
I
this
told
room
you.
out, right?
Not actually in Lauren's investigation earlier, that was going to be counted. So
Okay.
not
So, yeah.
officially, but yes.
Okay, cool. We're not gonna learn anything new from there. Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, unless she rolled low.
She rolled a 19 earlier.
I'm not beating that.
Cut a nat 20.
Okay, back. Okay.
How long has it been since we originally cast?
Lucky just rolls her eyes and casts water breathing.
Oh,
Doesn't that last 8 hours?
Water breathing is 24 hours.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
I kind of
but
like.
Makaris was
Makaris
asking
only
about
lasts
that.
an hour. Yeah.
I kind of like to do it myself in the future. Thanks. Oh my god, do I have extended spell? Is it too late for that?
It is too late for that.
Oh no, sorry, that was Pete. That's Pete has it.
Okay. Okay, so when you go through the tunnel, where do you want... First of all, do you bring back the portcullis on your way out, and then where do you go from there?
Ooh, yeah. If it's possible to bring it back down, heck yeah.
Yeah, if we could have that. I mean, I can cast silence. It'll just take 10 minutes. I can cast it ritually. I mean,
there's a fun thing where it's like above the water now, and in order to grab it, you're going to have to figure out some way to pull it down, because if you are in the water, you cannot reach it.
Can you climb the walls to get to where it like connects up to its thing and like grab it that way?
There's nothing to grip onto.
There's no walls?
we
Well,
see
like, on the
control.
the walls are brick and they're wet. Like, do you have a climb speed?
I don't have a climb speed. I just have claws.
Can I get a climb speed if I alter myself?
I don't know.
Could
You might be able. Can you?
I mean, could you make him fly up there? Because I believe.
Oh my god,
he's
I have
making-
fly. So stupid.
But also, I'd probably use it on Krellick. I don't know if Makaris has the strength.
No,
I
for
believe
sure.
in, I believe
For
in
sh-
cars.
For sure, we're gonna do that one. But yep, it's just one willing creature. Okay, cool. Yeah, you want to fly, Krellick?
Yes.
Because I am itching to cast a spell. Never mind, you can fly.
I want to see that wild magic table roll.
You and I both. That's why I'm mad she cast water breathing on me.
I mean, you could still cast alter self. It
Mm-hmm.
would be redundant, but you could still do it.
Yeah, you could just keep casting spells, dude.
Oh wait, no, I can't cast it because it's concentration, and I need Krellick to fly.
Well, for how long? How long do you need me to fly for? You know?
Up to 10 minutes.
Krellick, are you being stealthy as you are a flying turtle?
I don't know how to do
over
that.
the deck, over the
Sarah,
docks.
I don't know how I would do that. So
Have
no.
you tried covering your eyes?
Oh god.
I rise. The water parts.
Okay, good luck.
Oh my god.
I was hoping to use that on me first, but
Okay, you can grab the portcullis. You are definitely seen by people.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm not understand. I thought we were.
tell them you're doing maintenance. It's not a
following
lie.
ports? Am I misunderstanding where this portcullis is?
It is close to the like Prime Water's mansion is right next to the docks. Like it's
I get that. I was under the impression we were in some sort of like.
this
Okay,
portcullis is at the
clearly I just
threshold of the
thought- Yeah.
tunnel.
you all are underwater. I
Yes.
am not. I have broken the water surface.
would we have seen controls for the portcullis in the room that we were in?
Yes, but I glazed over this because I don't remember how much of you guys remember this, but it is a wheel that has to be turned, but it can only be operated from the inside.
We couldn't start the wheel and then have Krellick hold on to the portcullis while whoever turned the wheel then went through.
I mean, that could have happened, but
That
now
could
this is
have
happening.
happened.
But now this has happened instead.
I'll take my part of the responsibility for neglecting that, but this is what is happening now.
I'll fly up to the portcullis, grab hold of it, and try to yank it down.
Okay, athletics check.
Okay. I have advantage to push, pull, and lift and break things. It's a 23.
All right, with ease, you just dive back into the water with the portcullis in your hands.
Yeah. I rise once more.
I drop concentration. I'm kidding.
I mean, you absolutely can, but I will.
Oh, no.
continue to-
Please fly. No, Makaris loves a flying turtle right now.
I'm gonna fly up to like some of the people that like saw, right? fly up to him.
Oh, this is better.
Look him all in the eyes.
You got something you want to say?
Roll intimidation check.
It's nat 2024.
Yeah.
With your pirate background, with the location you're at, what it appears you are doing, and the fact that you are flying after them, everyone shakes their head.
Hell yeah. I go soar above the water for as long as I am able.
Like super high or like just above the water?
Oh,
to be
skimming the surface, and then we go high. Yeah.
Can I get an intelligence check from Krellick? An arcana check, actually?
An arcana, you got it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
9.
Oh god. I know where this is going.
Okay. With the information I'm going to present, you tell me what happens. You have an understanding magic doesn't last forever. Don't really know how long this is going to last.
I definitely didn't say anything either.
Yeah, you definitely didn't. What are you going to do? Are you going to play it safe or are you not?
Oh my god, please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
No. No, I fly.
Cool.
I've never flown.
How?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
have you met Krellick? When does he ever play it safe?
I
How-
obviously am keeping an eye on Krellick at all times.
What happens when Vicaris, it gets close up, like you can feel that you are beginning to, this is beginning to drain. Do you do anything?
No, I'm watching Krellick very closely.
I want to say that I'm swimming away from the area where the portcullis was.
Yeah, I figure we're making our way. But those of us that aren't flying, we should be making our way somewhere else.
Yeah.
No, I'm sticking
all
close
of
to
us.
Krellick.
Not all of us are the scary flying turtle.
Yeah, especially when like he went up super high. I'm like, I need to stick close to this guy.
Lucky will suggest that you guys all go inland a little bit and then come up on the riverbank. How?
It's fine, DM. Let it happen.
How high? How high will Krellick go before we have to have 10 minutes pass and he will fall?
Is he going into space?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking. Sean?
I'm thinking about it. I'm
Do you
Don't
want
worry
to
about
write
the
out
fall.
Krellick right now?
Don't worry about the fall. Just how far would you go?
I wouldn't go insanely high.
Okay.
but I do fly. I would say I'm easily, I'm easily 100 feet in the air.
Okay.
I'm high.
All right. Eventually, you feel that there is no more rise. And a moment later, the wind is picking up around you as you are falling.
As soon as he gets within 60 feet, feather
All
fall.
right. Excellent. And
The whole as I plummet, I'm
Yeah.
thinking to myself,
This is the moment.
and then caught like in a fluffy feather mattress, you are stopped and brought gently back down into the water, where you then just continue to sink.
If I could quickly flavor it,
Yeah,
a
sure.
burst of autumn leaves come from beneath him and just kind of swirl in like a tornado fashion until he hits the water.
Very nice.
Yup, you see a very large object in the sky.
Oh dear.
Everyone else makes it back to the riverbank, soaking wet, and Lucky gets up, tries to shake some water out of her hair.
Or am I?
Not
It
anymore.
takes a while.
And Vicaris and Krellick eventually make their way back to everyone else, I assume.
mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it. I could have twin flied us. Son of a bitch, Doug.
And you can all make it back to close enough to the council hall that you can catch up with Yop. Or Yop can meet up with all of you.
Because I thought it was my magic at first. But then I saw all the leaves and, well, thank you.
Oh, you can repay me by listing all the deaths that I did while you were either unconscious or not around. Don't worry, I have a list.
Okay. You better have good descriptions, okay?
Oh, sure.
Any last minute things before session ends?
How long is it till this thing we have to go to?
Maybe a couple more hours?
Okay.
Do we have to dress fancy or anything?
Don't think so.
I don't. Yeah. This is an announcement for the whole town, so I can't imagine they expect everyone to dress up.
Oh, thank God.
As close as you are, you see that the market near the docks is a little bit more crowded at this hour than usual. And the people begin to part away from something. And the cart that Yop was helping with is being pulled by two people and then pushed by a third. All folks dressed in the livery for the crown, all guards. Inside the cart is a creature that is swimming in quite a bit of salt water. The vessel itself looks like it has been lowered into the ocean to collect seawater, and the creature inside is a tall, long, thin, aquatic creature with fins and gills and brilliant, glistening, blue-scaled skin and a tremendously long, iridescent tail decorated in crystals, shells, and artifacts, scales, the symbols of the sea, and it is being pulled and watched with awe from the crowd towards the council hall. That's where we're gonna call it for tonight.